Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've never said that I don't make mistakes, and, well, I simply do. I totally overlooked a large part of Soldier of Fortune, and with a fantastic insight from a lot of you viewers, I took a different spin with Soldier of Fortune, and everything changes. Amazon is the tried and true way of shopping for anything you need or want at the lowest prices. Support the channel at no cost to you by doing your Amazon shopping through the link in the video description. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Paragon guide. I am Sylphin, where we at least attempt to look at the math behind things and get some good insights into the cards here in Paragon. So, the TLDR behind a Soldier of Fortune is you gain gold and hero experience, not mana, through this card with some mana and mana sustain. Essentially, there's a couple things. It can take a minimum of 2.3 or 4.5 minutes to pay off and make 500 gold through Soldier of Fortune if you use it on the jungle minions versus the non-jungle minions. One attribute point can take 5 minutes if you use it on jungle minions and 9 minutes on non-jungle minions. Soldier of Fortune can be purchased around the 5-minute mark, leaving 20 to 30 minutes of potential farm time in a typical match. That farm time can equal 4 to 6 thousand gold by the end of the 20 to 30 minutes if you use it on jungle minions, 2 to 3,000 gold if you use it on the non-jungle minions, and 20 to 30 minutes of farm time is 1,066 to 1,540 hero experience if you use it on the jungle camps, and 505 to 705 hero experience if you use it on the non-jungle minions. And of course, that 100 mana and 40% mana regen is actually really it's fairly good sustain. Actually, it is definitely noticeable. If you use it only on the large jungle minions, easy drive-by every 90 seconds, 4 to 6,000 gold and 1,066 to 1,540 hero experience is a substantial amount that can lead to a legitimate advantage, farm advantage, and hero level advantage in that late game. It is legitimate. And if you can handle delaying the acquisition of other cards, Mana Flow Acolyte, your Astral Leap, Thaumaturge, Invader Mage, stuff like that, Soldier of Fortune is a great sustain card. Definitely notice it, and it's a good farm card that absolutely can lead to a late game advantage. So, if you saw the first video of Soldier of Fortune, that's a very different change. And what changed, guys? I think you can probably tell if you did see it. I overlooked the 35 in that active. I thought it was 35 mana instead of hero experience. My apologies, sincere apologies. Hopefully this makes up for it. So what is the math behind it? How do I come to those conclusions? And what is that proof for you to see? Well, here it is. Also, if you guys don't know what Soldier of Fortune is, it's a 500 gold for Intellect Knowledge card, so you have to spend gold each time you equip it. So just be careful. You can't unequip it and re-equip it for free. You have to spend that 500 gold each time. You gain 100 mana and 40% mana regen. That 40% mana regen can turn 0.4 to 1 mana regen per second in the early game. All the way in the late game, 2 to 3 mana regen per second. It is actually... it's nice. It's definitely noticeable. The Golden Touch active here is spend 75 mana to destroy the target minion, either lane minions or the jungle minions, and gain 175 gold and 35 hero experience, not mana, every 90 seconds. So that is the active. For some reason, I thought it was mana that you gained instead of that hero experience. My sincere apologies. So if we take a look at some math here, we can see something. There is a minimum time to pay off Soldier of Fortune. It costs 500, you get 175 per activation, which means it's basically 3 minion kills to pay off. You need to use it 3 times, and because there's that minimum time, it takes time to do. So the payoff point here is 3 minion kills, you gain 105 hero experience in 4.5 minutes. So basically, if you use it on lane minions, hey, takes 4.5 minutes to pay off. And then you can see 500 gold is every 4.5 minutes. Every 4.5 minutes, you can get 500 gold. 1,000 gold takes 13 minutes. 2,000 takes 21 minutes. 3,000 takes 30 minutes. And 4,000 gold, profit gold, takes 38 minutes. And really, at that point, your match is pretty much over in most cases. I doubt you're going to have a 50-minute match. 5,000 gold here at 47. One big thing here is that the minions that you're killing with this, I'm assuming, are lane minions. You should, especially if you should be using this on the siege minion, you're going to get that hero experience and gold from the lane minion anyways. I pretty much have to assume you're going to get that experience anyways and gold anyways, so I don't have that included in here. If you're going to use it on the siege minion, which you should, you're also, if you don't use it on siege minion, you're going to be really focusing on getting the siege minion because last hitting the siege minion because it's so valuable. So I simply can't include that in here. You're going to get lane farm anyways. High tier players absolutely are spot on with their farm, and everybody should be spot on with their farm, so I'm not including that in here. On this scenario, however, you can see that I'm assuming that you're going to use it on the large jungle minion. You can just go through your jungle. You can dive the enemy jungle, which is definitely a thing, especially in somebody like Gideon who has a good escape. You can dive the enemy jungle, drive by one of their white minion camps, take their large minion camp, and steal the enemy jungle. In this scenario, I am including the experience, the gold and experience from the jungle minions because you would not have gotten that anyways. Mid laners really shouldn't be farming the jungle. Either they're rotating to another lane or in their lane pushing it. Yeah, I mean, some mid laners do farm their jungle, but anyways, I'm including that in here because you wouldn't have gotten it anyways. Hopefully that makes sense. That is the assumption I'm using here. And basically you're using Soldier of Fortune to increase kind of the boundaries of your farm and get something that you wouldn't have otherwise. Now, when it comes to hero experience, it's kind of hard because the fact that you need more and more experience to level up the higher and higher you go in hero levels, it's really hard to like what does that mean? What does hero experience mean? Well, you can't get Soldier of Fortune before your hero level 5. Right around the 5-minute mark, right around the 4.5 to 5.5 minute mark, you can finally get enough gold to get Soldier of Fortune, and you're about hero level 5. So to get to hero level 6, you need 204 hero experience, and then as you get to level 7, 226, to get to hero level 8, 248, etc., etc. And as you can see, the cumulative hero experience you need adds up pretty darn quick. If we took a look back here, in your average match, it's going to be somewhere around here, 25 to 35 minutes. And if it takes you 5 minutes to get it, well, then that makes this. So 500 to 705 hero experience. Well, as you can see, that really can only get you to hero level 8 by itself. Of course, you're getting more hero experience from others. So really, it's kind of going to only really help you a bit. It's of course going to help you, just not that much. It's really hard to talk about hero experience because the numbers are so weird and you don't know how much you get per minute, and it's hard to look at. Now, what if we do look more in depth into this large jungle minion? What if you are using Soldier of Fortune on large jungle minions? Well, look at this. All of a sudden, it does take 3 minion kills to pay off. It only takes 2. And it only takes 2.3 minutes. And as you can see here, the 20 and 30 minute mark is, instead of 2,000 gold, it's now 4,000. 30 minute mark, it's now 6,000 gold. As you can see, you really amplify your farm, and it actually starts to get pretty darn quick. 1,000 gold in 7 minutes. 2,000 in 11 minutes, 3,000 in 16, etc., etc. And you know what? You can actually get probably, if it's a 35-minute match, 6,000 gold. If it's a 40-minute match, 7,000 gold. That is substantial. And when we take a look at the hero experience, well, if we're talking about your average match, you're going to get either somewhere between 1,066 to 1,540 hero experience, and that's all of a sudden much more substantial than before, really helping you get to hero level 11, 13, 15, those big points where you're upgrading your ultimate and of course your other good abilities. That's actually really going to help you get into that high teens in terms of hero levels. What if we take a look at the difference between using it on jungle minions and using it not on jungle minions? Well, basically, if you use it on jungle minions, it takes one less minion kill. You get 13 more hero experience, and you get there 2.2 minutes faster. 1,000 gold, 4 less minion kills, 50 hero experience more than not jungle minions, and 6.1 minutes faster. 2,000 gold, 10 minutes faster. 3,000 gold, 14 minutes faster. 4,000 gold, 18 minutes faster. 161 more hero experience, and 12 minion kills less that you just need to get. So as you can see, there's a huge delta in using it on jungle minions and not. So really, guys, I think Soldier of Fortune is like the mid laner or caster equivalent of Flame of Zechen. That's kind of what it is. It's really quite fantastic. And then we can move on to some factual statements here about Soldier of Fortune. It can take 2.3 minutes if you are farming the jungle to pay it off and make 500 gold, or 4.5 minutes if you're not using it on the jungle minions. Again, remember the assumptions we made. Lane creep, I'm assuming you will get. You should be getting it anyways. Jungle minions, not so much. So that's extra farm you are bringing into the equation, so we add that. Whereas lane creep, you're going to get that anyways. You should be getting it anyways, so Soldier of Fortune can't take that into account when we're taking a look at it. One attribute point takes 5 minutes if you use it on jungle, or 9 minutes in non-jungle. That's pretty darn good. Every 5 minutes you get 1 attribute point. Hey, that's one attribute point. Maybe you can get to that key card earlier. Maybe you can start that snowball, and especially in the hero level department. Soldier of Fortune can be purchased around the 5-minute mark. You know, a little bit longer if you're behind, a little bit faster. Maybe if you get a good early game gank or something like that, leaving 20 to 30 minutes of potential farm time in a typical match, ending 25 minutes to 35 minutes around there. It's kind of when matches are ending nowadays. So in that 20 to 30 minute farm time, well, you can get 4,000 to 6,000 gold if you use it in the jungle camp. That's substantial. 4 to 6. Hey, that's good. I think it's fairly obvious that's a good amount versus 2,000 to 3,000 gold when you're not using it on the jungle camps. And you know what? 2,000 to 3,000 gold, especially especially since it's taking up a slot, it's delaying other cards. 2 to 3, I'm not sure if that's worth it. 4 to 6 though, you know, you can do some stuff with that, especially if you kind of work around Soldier of Fortune. Just be more of a poke, but that's stuff to talk about later. And 20 to 30 minutes of farm time is 1,066 to 1,540 hero experience if you use it on the jungle. That's good, or basically half as much, 505 to 705 hero experience if you use it on non-jungle. So basically you double the hero experience just by using it in the jungle camps, because they do give you a really good amount of hero experience. And especially in the hero experience, you get that anyways, whether you last hit the jungle minions or not, I do believe. I'm having a new moment here, but hey, hero experience, it's pretty damn good. 100 mana and 40% mana regen is fairly good mana sustain. It's really there's no mathematical way that I can like prove it to you, rather than just like some video footage, I suppose. But trust me, it feels good. It feels good once you have when you put Soldier of Fortune on. You definitely notice that you can use an extra ability or two when you're out there on the battlefield. So some conclusions then that I'm going to make on Soldier of Fortune. if used only on large jungle minions. There's going to be lots of them. Junglers have a hard time clearing the whole darn jungle nowadays until the late game anyways. 4,000 to 6,000 gold and 1,000 to 1,500 hero experience is definitely a substantial amount that can lead to an advantage. Definitely can. Absolutely 4,000 to 6,000 gold, especially since you're getting it much faster. That time, you know, the time to get 1,000, the time to get 2,000 is much less. You can start that snowball faster. You know what I mean? The acquisition of that gold is much faster, and obviously leading to a higher total amount. I think that now, if you use it on large jungle minions, you can actually really start to get that edge and claw that snowball and advantage earlier. So absolutely can lead to an advantage. And if you can handle delaying the acquisition of other cards, remember that still is, you know, 4,500 gold worth of attribute points and just value. Soldier of Fortune is a great sustain card and farm card that can lead to a late game advantage. Before I said a fair sustain, I did test it out a few times, and I mean, if you're a poke caster, if you're kind of really focusing on that, it does really help, and it is a good sustain card. But as long as you can handle delaying those other cards, Invader Mage, Astral Leap, your Thaumaturge, Mana Flow Acolyte, especially Mana Flow Acolyte, you know, because 3, you know, it's based on the purchase of intellect. As long as you can handle delaying those, Soldier of Fortune, I think it's great. Total 180 from the previous video, and I really want to say thank you for all those pointing out my mistake. I probably wouldn't even have noticed. So thank you for pointing out my mistake. My sincere apologies. Hopefully this makes up for it. And you know what? I will make mistakes. You'll make mistakes. It's all about learning from them and making up for them. So there you guys go. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys use Soldier Fortune? Is it the caster equivalent of Flame Zetchin? Could you use a caster in the jungle like Shinbi and get Soldier Fortune and Flame Zetchin for even faster wave clear? What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I would really love to know. Patreon allows creators to offer their fans a way of supporting them and what they do. With flexible and painless payment options, anyone can support their creator for as little as $1 a month. If you would like to help me do what I love, check out the link in the video description to learn more. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it, share it to the community, and of course, guys, subscribe. You guys like this content, especially if you found it useful. Please subscribe so I can do it for you in the future. I have a ton of content coming out, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So please subscribe if I found it useful. Also, check the video description for links to my website, my decks, which are kind of out of date now. Please go on Epic Games forums, tell them to get the API updated so we can export and import decks, merchandise store, and of course my Amazon affiliate link as well. Please, like always, till next time, stay optimistic and positive.